Marcus had been mopping the same hallway in the Imperial vessel for 3 hours when he heard it. A small, hitching sound that didn't belong among the hum of engines and distant diplomatic murmurs. He found the child tucked behind a crystalline pillar, small for what Marcus assumed was his age, with skin that shimmered like oil on water. The young prince, because that's what the 7-pointed crown floating above his head suggested, was crying softly, his 4 eyes squeezed shut, his tiny hands fumbling with something at his feet. Marcus set down his mop. "Hey there," he said gently, crouching down. "What's wrong, buddy?" The prince looked up, startled, his iridescent face wet with tears that glowed faintly blue. He pointed downward with one trembling hand. Marcus followed his gaze. The child was wearing shoes, human-style sneakers, actually probably a diplomatic gift, and the laces had come completely undone, tangled into an impossible knot. "Ah," Marcus said, understanding immediately. "Those can be tricky, can't they?" The prince nodded miserably, his lower lip quivering. He said something in a language Marcus didn't understand, but the meaning was clear. "I can't do it." "It's okay," Marcus said, kneeling properly now, his knees protesting against the cold floor. "I've got you. May I?" The prince hesitated, then extended one small foot. Marcus worked carefully, his weathered fingers untangling the knot first. The prince watched with all 4 eyes, sniffling occasionally. From down the corridor, Marcus could hear footsteps, measured, heavy, important sounding, but he focused on the task at hand. "See, the trick is," Marcus said, pulling the laces straight, "you make 2 loops. Like bunny ears, you know? Then you tie them together." He demonstrated slowly, then untied them. "Want to try?" The prince shook his head vigorously. "That's all right. I'll do it." Marcus smiled. "But one day, you'll be able to do this yourself. And when you do, you'll remember it's okay to ask for help when you need it." He tied the first shoe, then moved to the second. The footsteps had stopped somewhere nearby, but Marcus didn't look up. The prince had stopped crying now, watching with fascination as the laces became neat bows. "There we go," Marcus said, patting the child's ankle gently. "All set. Good as new." The prince looked down at his shoes, then up at Marcus, and smiled. A genuine, gap-toothed smile that transcended species. He threw his small arms around Marcus's neck in an impulsive hug, and Marcus patted his back, chuckling. "You're welcome, little guy." When Marcus stood and turned to retrieve his mop, he froze. The Emperor stood 15 feet away, partially obscured by the pillar's shadow. He was massive, easily 8 feet tall, his armor gleaming like captured starlight, his presence heavy enough to make the air feel thick. His face, similar to his son's but weathered by time and authority, was unreadable. Marcus swallowed hard. He'd just touched the crown prince. He'd probably violated a dozen protocols. The Emperor stared at him for a long moment. Then, slowly, deliberately, he placed one closed fist over his chest and inclined his head, just slightly, but unmistakably. A salute. A thank you. Before Marcus could respond, the Emperor knelt before his son, opened his arms, and the prince ran to him, chattering excitedly and pointing at his shoes. Marcus picked up his mop with shaking hands and quietly continued down the hallway, but he could feel the weight of the Emperor's gaze on his back, not threatening, but remembering. Some things, Marcus thought, mattered more than empires.